exploring our creative side. Today we're asking the where question, where to find creative inspiration. And for designer Christine McKay, it's as close as the aisles of the nearest store. And you're talking any store, the office supply store, even the hardware store.
The hardware store, the office supply store. You know, one of the most fun things for me in creating is there really is, you can find inspiration everywhere. And, you know, right now it's such a tough economic time, and sometimes we have a hard time justifying spending money on our hobbies. But, you know, I was listening to a famous fashion designer the other day, and he grew up, you know, he had 7 brothers and sisters, didn't have a lot of money, and he said, I loved being poor because it forced me to be creative.
There you go.
And he talked about how it forced him to look outside the box. And so that's kind of what I wanted to try to do, is to try to look in all different areas that we can find inspiration.
Okay.
So the first place that I went was the hardware store. And the hardware store, the aisles are just full. And I mean, I think crafters have already kind of discovered the hardware store. There's different tile projects and all different things. But when I was walking the aisles, I found something that made me so happy. This I found, this ugly tool belt for 77 cents at the Home Depot.
77 cents?
77 cents.
And what made you happy about this?
What made me happy is I have been looking for a craft apron. One of my biggest pet peeves is losing my scissors and my glue when I am crafting.
Okay.
I always lose them, and so it's so nice. You can just strap it on and put your scissors and glue, but it's not very pretty. It's not very pretty. So my second step was to find inspiration in the fabric store.
Okay.
So what I did is I just went to the fabric store, and I went to a quilting shop. We have one in Spanish Fort called the Cherry Tree Cottage, and I love this place. It has just the cutest fabric. I mean, isn't this? Look at this. I am not a sewer.
Do you?
I don't sew.
Okay.
But I saw this and I was like, I think I might start. It's so pretty. So what I did is I just got some fabric scraps from them, and I decided to cover my apron and make it into a cute little crafter's apron, like you can see over here on the little model that we have.
Now, you said you don't sew, so how did you do this?
Okay, this is a girl's best friend that doesn't sew.
What do we got?
It is called Liquid Stitch. And I did the whole thing with Liquid Stitch.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. And so this is one that I'm just in the middle of doing right now.
Oh, look how fun.
And what I did is I'm kind of like a quick crafter. I mean, you know my rule, an hour, it has to be under an hour, or I can't handle it. I have ADD. So what I did is I just basically cut it to fit around the apron. Didn't even really measure, although that'd probably be a good idea. And then I just took my iron and I just steamed the edges under so it'd be a little easier to glue.
Okay.
And then you just go around and you just glue all the way around.
Very nice.
There you go.
Put it right on there.
Attach it. And you are done.
Okay, very fun. Another inspiration you saw at the hardware store, these chair legs, right?
They're chair legs. And what's even funnier than this is you can find inspiration anywhere. And I actually found those chair legs unfinished at a yard sale. And when I saw them, I thought, wouldn't these make great candlesticks?
Oh.
So you can go to the hardware store, and they come like this. They're chair legs for tables or chairs.
How much?
You know what? I think they're like $4, $4 or $5.
So still minimal cost.
Still minimal cost. And then I just painted them, and I just put in a little, a skinny little nail up at the top so that you can put your candles on them.
Very fun. Okay, can we move on to the office supply store? Because I'm curious what you found here.
Okay, office supply store is one of my favorite places. You can go crazy with the embellishments, but I tried to like narrow it down to different mediums.
Okay.
It's one of the things that they have are their t-shirt transfers, and I've talked a lot about that on air because it's actually one of my favorite crafting
things.
I
love them.
One of my favorite things to do with this is to make your own personalized ribbon. So I just go by just twill, just blank twill.
Okay.
And then I just do a strip on the computer, and you feed this right through your printer. And so I did this for my daughter.
Look at this.
And so you just print it off and you iron it on, and you can do their names, you can do thank you, you can do all sorts of things that you maybe wouldn't be able to find. I love that you can customize it.
You put this on a plain gift bag, and that just screams, I love you,
Isn't
I think
that
about you,
so
I care about
fun?
you. That's so fun, yes.
Okay, the next one is, and I don't have anything to demonstrate because I haven't done this yet, but I didn't even know this existed, laptop skins. You can run this through your inkjet printer, and it makes a skin for your laptop. Then it goes over the top. So you can customize it. You could do any graphic that you wanted. and it just prints right out. You peel off the back, and it goes right on your laptop.
Very slick.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, you could even do pictures.
You could do pictures of your family. You could do a scrapbook page. I mean, it's just limitless the things that you could do.
That's great. A package there, and we talked about the dollar store as well.
The dollar store. You know, one thing about the dollar store, I would kind of lump that in with the dollar store, thrift stores, yard sales, anything. And for instance, this is a shirt that I found at a yard sale. I didn't buy it because I thought it wouldn't fit any of my children. I bought it because I liked the pattern on it. It inspired me, and it actually was what inspired me to do the kind of flower that I did on the apron, the shape. So as you're looking for things that inspire you, look for shapes. Look, it doesn't have to necessarily look beyond the object. Look for the design, the style. If you see something that makes you happy, get it. I have a little box at home that if I see junk mail or I see a postcard or a tag off of something that inspires me, I just save it. And it just gets those creative juices flowing.
Okay, tuck it away, and then on those days when you feel like you aren't in your creative groove, you can pull those out, revisit those ideas, and look for shapes and objects.
Absolutely.
Great ideas. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hopefully we're inspiring you day by day to be more creative. You can check out more of Christine's ideas at her website, kmckaydesigns.com, and of course we'll link you there from our website as well. Loving this theme. It continues all month here on Studio 5. We're going